What's up, YouTube? What's happening? Welcome to Mr. E's Watch Reviews. What are y'all all up to? All nobody out there. Oh, so Joe said he'll be here in just a few minutes. I guess I can kill some time till then. Uh, if you guys happen to be watching this later, um, it is my 1 year anniversary with receiving this watch right here. Uh, I gotta say that it has definitely been an absolute pleasure owning the Ocean Rover 2. What's up, Mr. Joe? Glad you're here. Yeah. I mean, you know, honestly, Joe, I think you'll be kind of proud because I was looking at this watch and let's see if it'll do a good close up on it. It does not have as many scratches as I thought it would or thought it did. I mean, for a year of me wearing it, and I mean pretty regularly, like I don't wear it every single day, obviously, but I wear it pretty often. I think this watch is held up exquisitely. I should have fired up the damn. Yeah, it definitely looks good for me. I mean, like I scratch them up bad, but yeah, like even the side of the case doesn't look too terrible. What's up, G Money? Can you believe it's been a year since I got this one? I definitely love this watch. I've got no complaints whatsoever. I had it on the time grapher earlier today. It was still running right around -4 seconds that it's always ran. Uh, you know, it's keeping absolutely exquisite time. Everything works and functions just as good as the day that I got it. Uh, and even like I was saying, the polish and stuff, y'all can see like it really isn't scratched up too bad. I mean, I felt like it was scratched up a little bit more than this. Like after I first got it, like it got the first couple little scratches on it. Like I don't know, I just felt I tore up the watch. But looking at it after a year, I mean, it's really not that bad. It's really not. Uh, so I think this thing is held up, you know, very very nice. Uh, Mr. Joe was talking about his Seiko and showed me a picture of how it's got that super industrial anti-scratch resistant um, coating on it. Well, I have to talk to John and them see if they can't start putting that on these things. Uh, at least, if not for everybody, at least just for mine. But yeah, like these watches, I mean, are definitely worth every penny that they're asking for them, in my opinion, anyways. Um, just because I was actually out at the mall yesterday. Yeah, and see that's kind of the way it is for me, Joe. When I'm out like at the shop, I'm usually at in the daylight, and I'm like, ooh man, damn. But yeah, nah, like in here, I can't see nothing. It looks great in here, and we're just going to leave it at that. But I was at the mall yesterday, and like I happened to be pricing around, and we went to several jewelry stores and just saw what they had to offer. Um, Holy shit, the prices are insane on a lot of stuff. But I happened to pick up a proper G Shock. My buddy Duncan over in England is going to absolutely have a conniption over this because, I do not have any proper G Shocks in my collection. I do have one now. Um, I got that for $60 at Macy's. They had a 40% off sale, so I couldn't pass that up. I had to jump all on that. Uh, I don't know how I feel about it though. It just G Money. You're too young to know anything about this, but Joe would know what I'm talking about. It feels like one of them damn jelly bracelets or jelly shoes from the '80s, like from the '70s and '80s. You know, like when they were doing all that crazy jelly shit, like the kids and all that stuff. Yeah, it definitely reminds me of that. Um, it's not too bad though. It's lightweight. You know, it's decent. You know what I mean? But it's huge. Like this thing on my wrist is just god awful big. Uh, the other thing that I picked up at the mall was I picked up my black and gold Invicta from my buddy, the professional watchmaker. Basically, he swapped in. I don't know if y'all gonna be able to see it real good on the camera. Um, the SW200 movement that came in one of the watches that Joe sold me for $100 a piece. So I had that swapped into my 40 mil black and gold. I think it was 8929. Uh, is the part number. 89. Yeah, 89270B. So I now have the uh, SW200 in my 89270B Invicta, and I got it on a glide lock milled clasp. So yeah, that's actually a super badass Invicta now. And the hands got swapped out when he did all that. Um, so the hands actually glow pretty decent now. The rest of the loom still sucks ass because it is still the original Invicta dial. We had talked about swapping over to a different dial, but he told me that if I wanted to do that, that wouldn't be no problem. That I could do that later. But I've been wearing the blue dial or the blue bezel because, like I said, this is the one I got a year ago, all weekend long, just because it's kind of my anniversary with it. But man, it's just so comfortable to wear. It's just by far my favorite fitting watch, and I got the black one sitting here too. Yeah, I really want the black and gold G Shock, Joe. They got one, like I said, they call it the Casio. It's a 39 millimeter. They actually say it's the woman's watch, but I like the 39 millimeter better than the 41. And the two watches look exactly the same. So yeah, I don't give a shit. Um, you know, I'll rock the one that they say is the girls one. But yeah, I definitely like the G Shock. I mean, this is definitely a different change of pace for me. Like I don't typically like the digital watches and stuff like that. It's just you know, I understand they do a lot of stuff, but you know what I mean. It's just it's digital. I like mechanical stuff. You know, I don't know. When I was a kid, though, like you couldn't get me to wear a regular watch with hands until they came out with Swatch watches, and I could see all the cool ass mechanical parts on the inside. Then I wanted one, but yeah, got me a G Shock. It's not too bad. I'll do a review on this one and all that good stuff, but you know, I don't know. It looks definitely a little big to me. It doesn't look that bad here on camera. I'll admit, but like when I go like this, it's like holy shit. But yeah, I don't know. I went with the clear one. They had like five different ones on sale at Macy's for their 40-year anniversary, but they only had one in stock, which was the clear one. And out of the ones in the pictures, the clear one was really the only one that I would have chose, anyways. So, like I said, for everybody just joining, like I said, I got that for $60. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, the metal G Shocks are pretty cool looking. G Money, they're definitely pretty blingy, put it that way. But yeah, like I said I still like my Invictus. I definitely like this one a whole lot more now that it's got the SW200 in there. It's running at plus 10 seconds, and it's got that nice high beat movement. Uh, so I'm going to definitely be rocking this one a whole lot more. I've always liked the black and gold combo, and with the aluminum bezel, it's definitely pretty sweet. Yeah, they do. And like that's the whole reason why they call it the Cassie Oak. Is supposed to remind you of the AP Royal Oak. Gabe. That's kind of the whole play on words there, I guess you'll say. Uh, so Joe, what's the weather like up there in Pennsylvania today? I'd ask G Money, but I know what the weather's like there at his house. It's the same as it is at my house: wet, rainy, and shitty. So I don't know who the other third person is that's watching. They have enough to comment. So hello, third person. Leave a comment, please. Oh yeah, for everybody. And this isn't really for just Joe and G Money, but this is for everybody else. Uh, Make sure that you have hit the little notifications bell along with the subscription through Hickey. But the notifications thing because you know YouTube ain't exactly good about notifying. My other channel is done hit the notifications bell, and I'll get notified 5 days later that I did something last week. So, you know, hey, what's up, Georgie? Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Like I said, we were just talking about all the different deals with this one, and of course, like I said, I got the black one right here. I kind of bought this one, like I said, because the financing came up good. Oh, okay, awesome. Well, good deal, Chris. I'm happy that the Florida weather is nice. Wait 5 minutes, it'll change. Every time I was in Florida, it would be like 1 hour hurricane, next hour sunny skies, next hour, you know, breezy and cool and rainy again, and yeah, so forth and so on. So, so Georgie, was it everything that I told you it was? What did I let you down in any way on what your expectations? Ooh, it's sunny in London. Holy shit, man, that's a red letter day, isn't it? But did the watch let you down in any way, or like did my reviews kind of hit the mark? It's perfect. Gotcha. Awesome. I am so happy to hear that for you, sir. Like I said, man, it's the absolute best thing that I have found in the watch world. It's the one thing that makes me just grin. Just like, yeah. Uh yeah, I try not to bullshit nobody is the whole thing. Yeah, and it's funny. Like people have got like patience for things and whatnot. Uh, but when it comes to these watches and stuff like that, like I've gotten several people, and I'm not picking on them, and like I fully get it. Like they're anxious, they're ready for it. Like they're like, yeah, 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 yeah. Um, oh, you got the silent service and the blue bezel. Well, that's exactly what I did for my first order. I got that exact same combo. Um, it typically I find it takes 4 to 8 weeks. It depends on how busy they are. John and Charles seem to be on the ball with everything, and I think they've already got watches started in production by the time people are starting to place the orders. So it's taking less time. Um, you know, like when I ordered last year, both of them took 6 weeks, or not 6 weeks, but 8 weeks. Uh, and like that's the whole thing. It depends. Um, is there's 6 weeks of regulation. You know what I mean? So it depends on whether they've already got the watch started. You know what I mean? And they're 2 weeks ahead, or you get what I mean. So it's going to be at least 4 weeks. Again, unless the watch is already just pretty much ready to go. But typically they wait until they have the orders placed to start building. Um, so yeah, you know, best case scenario, like Georgie said, he got his in 4 weeks. I don't want to tell you all how quickly I got mine because I think John hooked it up and I didn't ask him to, but you know, oh yeah, dude, like, it's Chris, Mr. Miller. You're definitely going to be impressed. It is by far the best there is out there. Um, like just for example, my cousin was just here a little bit ago, and I was showing him the Ginots, and I showed him a super clone, and I was and he could tell right away. He's like, "Wow, this is so much better than that super clone." I was like, "I know, dude." I was like, "That's why I when people are like, oh, what a super clone?" I was like, "Man, screw that. Spend good money, get you a good quality watch that has good high resale value." You know what I'm saying? And I don't like the resale value to me is yes. I mean, it's buttery smooth. It's so perfect. It's hold on. I mean, it's just yeah. You don't get no better than this, dude. Like, I'm so serious. Uh, like you could literally have this sitting right next to the Rolex, and like if you put the blindfolds on, I think motherfuckers would be hard pressed to figure out which one's which. I'd be willing to lay money on it. And the only reason why I say that one instead of the silent service is because the silent service has obviously got a very different bezel. You would definitely know that was the silent service. Uh, yeah, I mean, like, look, I own 5 watches from them now out of a collection of over 50. So 10% of my collection is Ginault. And they only got 2 watches. But like, I got the black bezel, I got the blue bezel, I got the Golden Sands Loom version. I bought that one secondhand. I got the silent service, and like I said, especially if you got the blue bezel and the silent service, oh man, dude, look, you were set. You were so set because that silent service, and Joe will back me up on this one. Uh, the bezel plays in the light so beautifully. Like it sparkles, it glitters, it's just gorgeous. And yeah, I mean, to me, like I like the way the bezels are on both of them. Like to me, they're just right, perfect. Mr. Joe says they're a little bit easy, or that his silent service is a little bit easy to turn. Now, Joe has owned multiple OR2s, including the one that I have now. Um, but like I said, it's such a luxury feeling bezel. It just buttery smooth. I don't know. It just yeah. Um, I find myself just sitting there doing this. Uh, Now, one thing I will say is that it always retains its buttery smoothness, but after 100 rotations of the bezel, it is typically broken, and that's the way it's going to feel from there on. When it comes brand new right out the box, it has an extra smooth, buttery glide to it, and like I said, that will last for about 100 rotations. Oh yeah, man! Like I said, it just. Uh, like to me, the silent service looks like it so needs to be on James Bond's wrists. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could see that thing like at a, cocktail party, super sharp tuxedo, going to play some roulette type shit. Yeah, yeah. Like, I mean, it's so much prettier than the Omega or a Rolex, in my opinion. Um, the like I said, the Ocean Rover, like I said, it just because of the smaller case design and my small wrist with that bone that poked out. That's why this one's my ultimate like overall favorite. Is just it's just that little bit smaller. Um, I know you're an Omega fan, Joe. I was actually at the store looking at the 300 Seamaster. Uh, and I thought of you, and I was looking at that one, and I was looking at the chronograph. The sapphire crystal is amazing too. So, yes, that's that. Look, it's even got a triple AR coating, which Rolex doesn't have. That's just one of them things. See, like one of the reasons why I really like this watch is that they improved on the design, but not only that, they made all the best designs that I think that Rolex ever did and put them all into one watch. So yeah, uh, you know that's why like the 1 year review is very simple. Get your ass one. That's all I can tell you. Well, I mean, Chris, that's to each your own. I made up a rule for myself personally. If it's going to have a date, it's got to have a magnifier. If it doesn't, I want the no date version. My traveler, here, I'll grab them real quick. Hang on. My traveler is a no date. My diver is a date with a cyclops. Because my 1 year anniversary with this one is actually coming up because I got this 1 week after this one. It was actually kind of crazy because I ordered this first. Then, after a week of production on this one, John emailed me and said that somebody canceled on an OR2 and asked me if I wanted it. And I'm like, fuck yes, I do. So that's how I got this. But this one came in before this one. Like this one showed up a week before this one. Um, but yeah, I'm sorry. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh yeah, the Dayton Cyclops. Um, hang on. Damn it, camera! Stop focusing on me. Focus on the watch. Mm, camera's not cooperating. Focus. But yeah, like you can just see how the light just plays on the bezel and everything like that. And how it just moves around. It's just super blingy. So pretty. Yeah. Have a Memorial Day, G Money. I'll see you later, buddy. See, and I know Joe, like, Joe is taking a torch and a chisel to a watch before to knock off a Cyclops. Um, but like my traveler, they sent me the no date version. I see that's fucked up. You want to just focus right in on that one, no problem. But yeah, um, I like the no date, real clean looking bezel type deal. Um, and like I've seen numerous pictures of Joe's, and it's so funny because his is a date, and every time I look at that watch because it ain't got the Cyclops, it does not register to me that it is a date watch, and not at all. So I prefer the date version. Um, you know, but that is what it is on that. Like I prefer the date version with the Cyclops. Oh, there we go. Nah, come on. You were just focused on it. What the hell's wrong with you, camera? Mm, camera's pissing me off. Wah. Let me see. Okay. Mm, I don't know. I had to go grab my magnifying glass, but both of these look the same. So I don't know. Hang on. I got an older one. Let me grab the Golden Sands loom. Aha. You are correct, sir. I see what you're talking about. I see what you're saying now. Yeah, because you'll never be able to see it on the camera there. It'll never focus on that. But right down here at the very base, it's saying hand built in America. And on these ones, it just says hand built American. Yeah. Oh man, dude, I can't wait for the GMT to come out. That's going to be so badass. Like they're working their way diligently on that one, trying to get all the shit straight. Yeah, I like I like the Golden Sands loom, and I like this one because it's got a dome sapphire and all that kind of stuff. It's got a nice vintage look. I got this one on a rubber strap right now just because its bracelet was quite nice. I didn't want to tear it up. Um, but I do enjoy this one. This is a 2019 model. Um, Bezel action and everything is still absolutely beautiful and perfect, and it runs, you know, absolutely perfect. Runs just like its sheet. Uh, but I tend to baby this one a little bit more because it's got the aluminum bezel, and I just don't want to scratch that up. Um, the one that gets worn the most is the one that I got first is the ceramic bezel, blue one. You know, oh yeah, dude. Look, especially if it's sapphire like that. Oh my god, it looks like fucking. Like that would be just the bomb diggity. Which one, Joe? You think this one looks really good on the blue rubber? I mean, it's nice, especially for look again a little $3 silicone strap with the little quick releases. I mean, it's definitely. Oh yeah, like I like I said, I really like this watch. I like the no date version because, like I said, it's got that dome sapphire, it's got that vintage look, but I don't know. It's just I like having all the extra functions. Oh, hold on. I'm saving y'all from the ads. Uh, well, I like the nice clean face where it's all nice and smooth and there's no cyclops on it. Uh, like I feel like I kind of like am missing out because you know I want as many functions as possible on the watch that I paid a lot of money for. It just telling the time is one thing, looking good's another. But if you can tell me the date, that's also awesome. But like I said on Joe's silent service, I mean, he sends me pictures of it all the time with it on his wrist, and fucking I like honest to God, like until he just said it now about it being a date, it was like, oh shit, it is. It is a date version, but it ain't got no Cyclops on it, and like the date is so small for me, my bad eyesight, I don't even see it. Like it don't even occur to me that it has a date function on that watch, but it does. But yeah, like I definitely like this on the rubber. I mean, this is nice. I also got a different one where it's got like this kind of a clasp on it. The molded rubber. Um, Again, it's one I got off of AliExpress. It's not bad. I've actually got pictures in my shorts album of it on this watch, and I mean it was okay. Uh, it wasn't my favorite. I just put it that way. I much rather wear that one on or any of these really on the bracelet. Um, but the nice substitution is these rubber straps, especially on this one because like it matches the blue perfectly. Like that's a navy blue strap with a navy blue bezel and that golden sands loom. I mean, yeah, so way more comfortable than a NATO. And like this one's so old school. It actually came with a NATO strap from Ginault. Um, and the strap is just too floppy, and it's like a light gray. And like it's silky smooth. It's soft. It feels very high end, but it's not rigid enough. It's like the whole story of Goldilocks and the three bears, and too soft, too hard, and just right. Well, the helm are too hard. The Juno was too soft. Um, I'm still looking for a company that makes a NATO strap that I'm just like, oh wow, that is super awesome. Um, I don't know. The closest I found to that is the ones I bought for my vintage Hamilton. They're 18 millimeter though, and again, they were from uh, AliExpress. They were kind of cheap. I think they were like $1 or two a piece, but it's actually comfortable. It's not real rigid. Don't have real rough, ragged edges or like the helm ones. They're so rigid. They've got like kind of where they melted the nylon threads. When they cut them off and stuff like that, and they melt them down, and it just digs into my damn wrist. It just agitates the shit out of me. Um, so I'm more on these ones. Okay, let's see. How do you like lilac on action in the class? The Gino is Rolex level quality, pretty much as far as that goes. The glide lock, yeah, yeah. Trust me, Holmes, you will not be disappointed with that. That will just like, oh, yes, very very nice. Um, let's see, and like the San Martin, like if you got the San Martin with the glide lock class. Um, Now, are you talking about the new gliding version, or are you talking about the old school one that they had back in the day? Um, but yeah, no, like this glide lock system is butter, sir, and it's the same on all of them, like all the different ones that I have. But yeah, look, barely, like, and see how it only drops down and have the little 45-degree angle. That's how it's supposed to be. See, very gently. You know what I'm saying? Very gently. Like, I'm not. You know what I mean? And like to get it to go up. That's it. I didn't like squeeze it. It was just boop. Same thing. Get it to come down, go up. Oh, not lined up. There you go. But yeah, no, the glide lock system on this thing is money. Like just straight money. Like everything about this watch, like I said, you're going to get it, and you're just going to be like, "Holy shit! I don't need a Rolex. I don't even want one. I'm good." And I know that's really hard to believe, but it'll you'll be like a lot of us, like my boy Philo and a number of us. We're so satisfied with the Ginault that it's if we got the call from the AD, yes, we would buy the Rolex. We'd buy it for an investment deal just because, you know, a year or two later, you could sell it for 50% to 100% more than what you pay for it. Oh, you got the Pelagos 39 millimeter? I was on the list for one of those, man. Damn. And see, I would like to see the Ginault logo engraved inside the metal case of the ring. That's actually not a bad idea there, Georgie. You may want to let John know that. Um, I mean, I'm not opposed to having that done, uh, but I think that would also be kind of, I don't know, like, is it necessary? They've got it written right across the dial, and like, I think the reason why John would probably be against that would be just because there are already enough complaints about people saying there's a word salad on the dial. So, you start putting words around the ring of the watch, they really might start bitching about, oh, now there's not just a word salad, there's a whole dictionary on this. So, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. Like do the Rose logo right at the 12 o'clock and then, all the way around and maybe like the serial number. Yeah. Um, it honestly doesn't look wordy when you're looking at it. Like, especially like when I glance down at it, I just see like the little block of the lettering, and just see Ocean Rover. But like, like for me, my eyeball focuses like straight up on the Ginault, and then like I said, I read Ocean Rover, and then my eye don't really go down further than that because the eye, it gets kind of small in text, so you kind of got to look a little closer to read exactly what it says. Um, but yeah. The silent service, I like that one just because they got a little bit of red on the dial, and red's not my color, but you know, it's a nice change. Um, one piece leather strap is cool. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, Joe, I haven't really found too many NATOs that I'm super like over the moon about. Uh, so to the Pelagos, what do you think about that thing there, Mister Chris? And see, like that's the whole thing. I think the people that are fussing about the whole word salad, are just like trying to find something to bitch about. To be honest with you, Georgie, I mean, like honestly, uh, to me, it's never bothered me. Like I don't even really think about it. Like every time I look at it, I'm just like, man, this is a fucking gorgeous ass goddamn watch. Like that's my thought. You know what I mean? It's like, man, fuck yeah, dude. So, uh, oh man, really? Damn, on the Tudor, it's not. Damn. See, I was on the list for one of those, and they again just a few months ago, I got to the point to where I was like, you know what? I've got three badass ocean rovers, or I had two and the one on the way or whatever. I was like, I don't want to spend $4,000 on that Pelagos. I mean, it'd be cool to own a Tudor, but I don't really need it. You know, and same thing. I had the Submariner taken off my list. Uh, I'm on the list for a 36 millimeter date just and the Batman on a Jubilee. Just because I've come to the conclusion, as much as I love the Oyster bracelet and it is my absolute favorite, I scratch them up too much, and the 904 scratches even easier than 316. So I'm going Jubilee, so that way I can wear it and not devalue it too bad. Um, just in that kind. Oh, the San Martin polyester in that movie. Okay. I got you. I got you now. Gotcha. Uh, yeah, no, the loose screw, Joe. Man, you gotta check them every once in a while. Like it's just the way it is. That and put a little bit of Loctite on them. Yeah, I mean, it is the Jubilee. It's more comfortable. It's more flexible, but it show or hides everything. Like I have found like wearing my San Martin watches on the Jubilees. Man, I can wear them damn near carefree, and it's not even that the watch is cheap. It's just that like I wore them a day or two, and I looked at them, and I was like, oh my god, how bad is it going to be? It's like, oh well, shit, I don't see nothing wrong with them. Fucking, I wear them at the shop and just go ham with it. Just uh, I don't even stress whatsoever. I just do my thing and just I'm happy and yeah, everything works out good. Um, you know, but yeah, no. Like the one on the San Martin, like it works. I'm not saying it's the greatest one I've ever felt in the whole world, especially if it's the same one uh, that they just came out with for all the other ones. Um, I mean, I like it. It's better than nothing. But is it the Ginault? Oh no, no. It's not even fucking. It's not even in the ballpark. It's not. It's not comparable. Not at all. And anybody says it is, they're full of it. They're either lying to themselves or I don't know. Like, and don't get me wrong, San Martin makes a fantastic watch, especially for the price point. Uh, but it's one of them deals that their attention to quality control and the overall finished product does not measure up like when you have them side by side. Um, and I mean, like, don't like I really enjoy my San Martin watches and stuff. The brushing and the finishing is fucking really good, and a lot of times the bracelet fit to the case is excellent. It's really done well. Um, but there's still sharp edges and dumb shit and little stupid quality control things that shouldn't happen. All right, Mr. Joe, you take it easy, buddy. Enjoy your weekend, sir. Um, yeah, and like that's the whole thing, Chris. Like I was giving my buddy or not my buddy, but my cousin just like a crash course in washes and like Rolex and what to really expect and like things that you should be actually on the lookout for because there are several older vintage watches. If you don't know no better and you've only seen something from the newer, you'll think that damn thing is fake. You'll swear that it's just cheap junk. Um, and it's not. It could totally be a legit watch, which is what's so sketchy about the vintage stuff. You really got to know what you're doing. Um, but like I was showing him the Genots, and I wound up giving him one of my Paganis. The one, I know y'all are like, well, you said don't buy a Pagani. I didn't say don't give them away either. I'm just playing. I'm just fucking around. I gave him the one good one that came good out the box. So that's the one I sent him out the door with, because he does all kinds of business stuff and is constantly wearing suits and shit. Uh, but he ain't got no watch on. I'm like, dude, you need to wear a watch. Watch people come up and start, talking to you and stuff like that, just because they see a watch on your arm. I was like, uh, well, Chris, I'm sure you saw, and if you didn't, we'll just recap. Basically, mathematically, for me, I got four watches uh, total sent to me, and three out of the four were messed up in one way or another. Um, Philo, he sent me one that he bought independently, all on his own. And I was looking at it today. I was out there just working on it not too long ago, like right before the show. And I was just playing with everything. The bezel is just sloppy. Like it's got backplay like a champ. It just stops running. I'm pretty sure what it is that the hands are actually hitting each other inside the watch. Like the hand just isn't set on straight. So like as it goes around the watch, it's doing like this, and at certain points it'll just catch it, um, which makes the whole movement stop. But um, at any rate, yeah, the one that I gave away today was the only one that I got personally that everything was fine. Didn't need nothing done to it or didn't need any work done, when I got it in order for everything to function correctly. Um, but yeah, it's just one of them deals that uh, I wanted them to be able to start a watch journey. You know what I mean? Like I done told them, I was like, look, when you're ready to actually buy a good one, just skip all the bullshit and go get you this one. I was like, if you really like this type of watch and this design, I was like, go get you one, a Ginault, and call it a day. Don't You ain't got to buy all these other ones. I was like, but you want to come down, you want to try out any of the other ones that I got. I got the Seikos, I got the this, I got the that. You're all good to go. And it's kind of funny because yesterday when I was at the mall, I was trying to explain to my girl like how you'll have different kinds of watch people. Um, and like certain people get into a certain camp, and like you're not getting them out of that camp. We went by my buddy, my mood, and my mood works on a lot of Rolexes, so he's kind of a Rolex dude, but he can fix anything. Um, um, to be honest, I know they've been around about 10 years, and for most of that time, they made the Ocean Rover 2, and they just came out with a silent service this last year. I believe their original intention was to come out with a silent service first years and years ago, but instead went with the Ocean Rover um, due to its inherent, it's going to be popular type thing, uh, which it is, and it has been. So um, I think they were using the Ocean Rover to get the name out and show what they could do, what kind of quality they could do, and then the silent service was their first attempt at doing something that was more original, thought and design. Because uh, like to us, it just looks like square bezel cut, but like this is supposed to mimic like when they're building the submarines. Like, see, I live here in the world's largest naval base, so I've actually seen what a submarine looks like in half. And this does actually look like a cross section. Like as they're building it, they're putting the tubes on and stuff like that. Like if you look on the inside of that tube, that's kind of what it looks like. Uh, but yeah, like I said, I know there are talks about making a GMT version of this. of the silent service. Um, and that's more or less just kind of the natural deal with it because like they got this traveler's model here, and I really like this watch. The bezel action is just badass, but I originally didn't want to order this one. Um, that's why I asked them to send me one and let me check it out and then send it to somebody else. Hey, Mr. Mike, how's it going, buddy? And it just so happened that they wound up letting me keep this one um, due to my good deeds around the area of donating to the animal shelters and yada yada. Um, but I wanted to check out their bi-directional bezel, and after feeling this bezel, like I came became just absolutely sold on a. They need to do this in the full GMT version with the third hand, um, or fourth hand, however you want to look at it. Uh, but a 24-hour bi-directional bezel by them would just be absolutely sublime. This 12 click bezel is pretty badass. And believe it or not, this is actually super easy for tracking another time zone. I really didn't think the 12 click bezel was going to be worth a shit for it. Like when I saw it, like, okay, look, you want to know the absolute truth? I saw the Traveler. I was like, man, that is dumb as shit. Like, who the fuck's going to buy that? And needless to say, I don't think the Traveler has been as popular of a model. Like, less people have picked it. A lot more people have gone with the Diver. Um, I personally think that's a mistake. The Traveler is super badass. I really like it, and it's actually become fast, quickly. Uh, One of my absolute favorite watches because it's so easy to do the time zones and whatnot. Because since it's just 12 clicks, you're not having to think in military time and other dumb shit, and it's just a little bit easier. Um, However, I do feel that a full GMT function with a GMT full 24-hour GMT bezel would look better just because like that bezel just it's got all 12 places and whatnot, but it just looks just slightly empty to me in comparison to that one. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why. Like it's really not. It's actually less numbers on this one than it is on this one. But yeah, I don't know. Is it just me? But yeah, like I said, at some point, at some time in the future, there will be a GMT version of that, but when and where, I don't know. I have no idea. That's what we're talking about, Mike. We're talking about the any new versions. Um, well, that's what this one has. Uh, the gold sands loom. I like the way this looks outside in the daylight, and it does have that nice kind of patina look to it. But I prefer the glowing Smurf loom. I mean, this is initially way brighter, like super bright, but that super bright kind of fades a little quick. Um, and then like it's long, how long it lasts. It lasts like 4 or 5 hours easy. You can see it. I woke up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning numerous times, still easy, able to see it. And I mean, I go to bed about like 9. Uh, but like this one, this one you can definitely see, and it's nice, it's bright, it's steady. Um, Even again, waking up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's not like whoa bright, but like I can look at it and I can read it. Like they'll be almost white at that point. You know what I'm saying? Just like glowing, just a little light white, but they're still glowing. Um, so me personally, like I said, like when I got the black one, I got it with the Smurf loom, and like I said, that's my most recent one. Um, like I said, this one came up available for purchase through Joe Sylvia, who was on here earlier. Um, like I said, I'm glad I got this one, but like this is not one I would have probably ordered because like you see both mine have got date and Cyclops. Um, but I wanted a no date version, and I wanted to see the Golden Sands like yourself. I wanted to see it in person because I kept hearing things and blah blah blah, but basically outside in the daylight, it it sparkles. It's very pretty in the daylight. Um, like I said, the green, how bright it glows and how long it lasts, it is very good, very sufficient. But when in comparison to this, this comes out on top, in my opinion. Again, my opinion. Um, I would have to put a damn stopwatch on it and a camera in order to actually be able to tell you 100% for sure. But I would definitely put my money on this one over that one, as far as long lasting. Um, let's see. Do do do. Yeah. And again, like that's one of the things that you're really going to like about the silent service there, Chris. The loomed bezel is so badass. It does fade out before the indices, but it lasts hour and a half, 2 hours easy by the naked eye. Um, on a camera loom test, it fades out a little bit quicker than that, but cameras, are uh, they're kind of shitty when it comes to picking up, glow in the dark loom. They do okay, but like yeah, they have the limits. Yeah, that I mean, Mike, that is like I really enjoy this watch because that nice smooth face. But yeah, like I said, I wish I had Joe's diver that has the date on it, but no Cyclops. And yeah, it's like I swear it looks just like one of these little indices, and you just can't. It doesn't even register to me. I just look at it and it's like, oh yeah, that is a date model. Um, but yeah, like all in all, the quality level that you get for your money, you feel like you actually got something, and like that was one of the things I was watching several of the other guys over in England and stuff like that. They were talking about what you get for your money and feeling like you got value for your money. Like not that you didn't have to spend a lot of money, but that you feel like you got something worth what you spent the money on. And like the Omegas and the Tudors and even the Rolexes, they've shot way past what the watch should actually cost. You know, and it would see and like that's the thing, Chris. Like when you get them, you're gonna be like, oh my god, I am so happy that I've done this. It is, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I really wish I had known before blowing like all the money on like the Invictus and the Paganis. Um, before I learned about the Ginault and got that one, uh, because I'd already spent probably like $1,300, $1,400 in Invictus and Paganis, and like that was the whole thing that let me kind of feel like it was okay. Uh, like it kind of made me feel like it was all right to go ahead and buy the Ginault because the Ginault was so expensive. But I was like, well, fuck, I spent that much money on these watches, and like some of these are really nice and I like them, and some of them are not so great. But everybody says this one is the best one out there. I was like, fuck it, let me go for it. Once I did all that and I got it, and yeah, there ain't been no looking back because I knew, like, it was like I handled so many what they say are $10,000, $15,000 Rolexes, playing with them and trying to figure out which one that I was willing to part with that much money, and like that was the whole problem. Every time I would check them out, it's like, man, I really, really want this, but there's no way I'd pay that much money for it. Like that was the conclusion I just kept coming to. And then all of a sudden, like I said, the Ginault finally came in. Uh, I got it, and it was just like I said, y'all can watch the review. It's on the channel. It's the second one I ever did, and you can actually see my face and all the other kind of good shit. But I was just blown away. I was dumbfounded. I was like, man, fuck Rolex. I don't even want one. Like, just why? Why am I going to spend 10 times more than that for this? Because I got this, and this is actually what I want. Like that's the whole thing. Like, it's not it's not that I'm on Ginault's nuts. I don't get paid by them. I don't get no extra special treatment or nothing like that. I paid full price for that watch, full price for this watch, full price for that one. And then, like I said, they loaned me this one, and then felt bad for forgetting that I had it. And after I had done sent them like 15 emails, like saying, "Hey, I got your watch. Hey, I got your watch," and never getting back to me. But it was my fault. And that's one thing. If you're ever trying to get a hold of John and Ginault and all that stuff, use a fresh email each time when you email him. I have a bad habit of reusing the same one because I don't remember what your address is, and click and paste is not my friend yet. It's getting there though. So at any rate, I would resend basically a long ass conversation of 50 emails back and forth to John, and it would get to the point where I'm like, well, where the hell is his response at? I can't find it because there were so many. So yeah, send a fresh email if you got any questions or issues or whatever, versus reusing an old one. Other than that, yeah, sometimes he takes 2, 3 days, 4 days, and sometimes if your watch is almost ready, you know what I mean, and whatnot, he won't email you back because he knows it's almost done and he's about to send you the shipping label email. Which he's done that to me a couple of times. Like I sent him 2 or 3 emails. I'm like, hey, this, that, blah, blah, blah. So and so asked this, and then nothing back. Then all of a sudden it's like, your watch is on your way to you, Ed. And then I'll get an email like, oh man, I appreciate this, that, blah, 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 whatever. So well, see that's the whole thing there, Chris. Most of it, okay, I don't know exactly how good of research the one person did and didn't do or whatever, but they got out and wrote a blog, and you know, this is what I'll say about it. There's never been any kind of legal action ever taken. Civil or criminal. If all them allegations were correct, I would think something like that would have happened. So, uh, again, anybody can jump to wild conclusions and say whatever the fuck they want on the internet, and there's little to no recourse that you can do to anybody for that kind of shit. Because okay, cool, you can sue them, but if the person that said it is already a broke nobody, fuck, you gonna get nothing except for you're gonna pay a lawyer a whole bunch of money, and the lawyer's gonna go in. You're not gonna get shit. Dickhead's not gonna pay you nothing. So you get what I'm saying? And especially when you're trying to take all your money to get other shit started, then there you go. And some people are like, oh well, they never responded to it. How the fuck are you going to respond to some shit like that? No matter what you say is not going to help. Because if you say, no, it wasn't me, you're a liar. It was me. You're a counterfeiter. See how that works? It's, you know, I just want to make good ass watches. We don't give a fuck. And see, like that's the whole thing. See, like I fall into that whole category. Like, I don't give a fuck. I just want a good ass watch. You see what I'm saying? And I want, I want all these features. So like, I'm glad they came out. I'm glad they came along. They did their thing because this is exactly the watch that I want. After learning what I learned, looking at all the different references and model numbers and the history and the this and the that, like the Submariner that I really wanted was a mill sub. Oh. As soon as I saw the different markings on the bezel and the sword hands, I was like, oh man, I like that. Then I kept reading and it was like, oh, well, fuck. I'll never ever be able to get that. Especially after I went down back to the store and, I was telling my cousin, I was like, no, my dumb ass went in there and was like, hey, can I get one of the slim lug older design ones for like, kind of on the cheap, maybe one that's a little bit beat up and, get y'all to refurbish it, put a fresh dial in there and, the newer bracelet and, some of the military sub hands on it. Dude looked at me like I had steaming turds hanging out my mouth. Like, no, absolutely not. You can't do all that. You'll devalue the watch. I'm like, well, number one, it's my watch, and I'm not saying like I want aftermarket shit. I want Rolex parts. I want all the new shit on the older style case. What's wrong with asking for that? Oh my god, you just motherfucker turned green right around the gills. Like, yeah. But at the same time, what's so funny is that I go in there. I told him I wanted a blue dial date just. He asked me if a fucking aftermarket dial was going to be all right. I'm like, I gave him that same look. I'm like, no. I was like, you going to knock $4,000 off the fucking price of the watch for that? If either so, then I'm okay. Or you got a date just that you're refurbishing that won't be worth $4,000 or $5,000 in the first place. You want to throw a blue dial on? We can work with that maybe. But I was like, if you want one of these $9,000, $10,000, $12,000 ones, no, I want all the new shit, and I want it with a blue dial, and I don't want it fucked with. Yeah, exactly, Chris. That's what they did. I mean, it's one of them deals like you have an internet troll. No matter what you say or what you do, they're going to find some way to fucking twist that shit up, re-edit it, whatever. It's kind of like talking to the police. It's the reason why you don't talk to the police because even when you're innocent, you will say, "No, I was never there, have no idea what happened, and was asleep that night." So you don't have an alibi. You see what I'm saying? Like you see, like you said this clearly as day, and that's what the fuck they heard. You get what I'm saying? Like so, yeah. Uh, Sometimes just saying nothing at all is the best thing you can do. Um, but to the point of even if it is true, I personally do not give a single fuck. None. Just no fucks at all to give on that. Zilch. So yeah, you see how that goes. It just yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Like to be honest, I would love to see one if it was true because as such high quality this is. I mean, I would like, can I tell? Would I be able to tell that's a fake Rolex? And that's the thing. Like, even with the rumors and stuff, they don't specify like what year ranges he was supposed to have been making and counterfeiting and this and that and blah 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 blah. So like if it was the older stuff, I mean, well, shit, it looks like a 5-year-old and a monkey could fucking make a goddamn old school Rolex. Them things look cheap, dude. Like every time I handle one, it's so disheartening. Like I was telling my buddy, I was like, any of the Rolexes pre 85, it's just amazing that yes, they're still around and they function and blah blah blah. I was like, but it's not the cases, it's the movements, or the whole reason why those watches are as iconic as they are today. I was like, because the cases and the bracelets fucking suck ass. I was like, and the worst, I was like, the only thing is that you have to put it all in context. Theirs was the best of all the other shit that was around at that time, and everything around that time is complete crap in comparison to anything that Rolex offers now. And I know a lot of y'all are probably gonna flip your shit, but that's the way it is. I mean, all right, Georgie, I'll talk to you later, buddy. I'm about to hop off of here my damn self. I'm starting to get the munchies. I'm a little hungry. I'm drinking my coffee here. Let's see. Yes, sir, and you too. Like I said, did you get the black bezel or the blue bezel? I forgot to ask. Which one was it? I think it was the black bezel you said. But yeah. Oh, you got the blue bezel. Okay. Yep. Well, enjoy then, sir. Like I said, that will be your favorite timepiece for a long time to come, I'm sure. And enjoy that London weather outside. It's about what, 6, 7 o'clock now? About dinner time, right? All right, Mr. Chris. 8:10. There we go. Yep, 6:10. I appreciate it, sir. Well, you enjoy your dinner. I'm gonna go get me some lunch. Everybody else, y'all have a good uh, Memorial Day weekend. Try not to work too hard. Take it easy from wherever you are in the world. And if you guys don't mind, check out the Patreon and all that kind of good stuff. I definitely would check that out. Um, or appreciate it if y'all check that out. And like I said, I've decided that anything that gets donated on Patreon, 25% of those proceeds will go to local animal shelters here near me. That would include Currituck County, the city of Virginia Beach, Chesapeake, Norfolk, Portsmouth, Newport News, Hampton, and Williamsburg. So, like I said, trying to do good in the world. We're going to try and change things around us. Peace out, y'all. Subscribe later.